Quantum Conversations, your portal to the inner realms. Access infinite possibilities, infinite mastery, and infinite love. Mind-expanding, heart-opening conversations with some of the greatest spiritual teachers, luminaries, and healers of today's world. Usher in new earth by living in your sacred heart. Quantum Conversations is brought to you by AcousticHealth.com, home of music from the universe, online healing retreats, and this program. Claim your free registration to daily shows at AcousticHealth.com. AcousticHealth.com, your portal to the inner realms. Our program starts shortly. Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Today we are talking and experiencing light alchemy. My guest today is an intuitive healer, and she's here to share these frequencies with us. This is an experiential time with Jade-Yin Hom. Let's welcome Jade-Yin to Quantum Conversations. Jade, hello. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Lauren. Thank you so much for having me on your show. And hello, everybody. Thank you for being with us today.
Well, my goodness, I don't know what you are doing. We're going to ask you a little bit about yourself. We're going to learn about you, but I can certainly feel a lifted vibration. This is a very fine frequency, and I hope that all of our listeners can feel this. So, Jade, tell us about yourself. You are a healer, but this is something that you discovered along the way in your own life, and so now you share it with the world. Can you share your story with us, your story of healing and awakening?
Yeah, so I am like so many of the intuitive healers where for many, many years of my life I was really depressed and had an autoimmune disorder, and I really couldn't find satisfying solutions. And then one day I was attending a weekend seminar with a medical intuitive, and she was describing how she was able to feel into someone's life, this space, this and that. And I thought, oh my God, that's what I've been doing all my life. And I was told that I'm too sensitive and to this and to that. Then I started exploring alternative healing, learn a bunch of processes and a bunch of modalities. And then about a handful of years ago, there was this 8-month period where like every few days in the afternoon, I would feel so knocked out, and I would be able to see this energy fields around me where I feel so sleepy and I have to sleep, and I see that I was wrapped around me was this beautiful blue energy, fuchsia color energy, and this vibrant gold yellow tones. And the next thing I know, I'm asleep for like about an hour to 90 minutes or so. And every time I wake up, I would feel like a different person. And then when I work with my clients, I would be guided to say, I'm tuning into like your cardiac system or this system. And then my clients would say, oh my God, I do feel this meridian. I do feel this in my back moving. How did you know? And I have no idea how I know, but I can attribute a lot to those 8-9 months where I was literally being rewired to do this. But now I can explain light alchemy in a much simpler way. So this is from the holographic model of the universe, where everything around us, everything in the 3D world was first programmed on a 2D program that is made of light information. And as you all know, light is love, and light is who we are. So then I just tune into bodies, and if we are light, then anything that has any density to it, I'm able to just tune into it and release that. And a lot of times as I'm releasing that, the person will burst into laughter. And this happens over and over again, where someone would just spontaneously start to laugh as I'm doing my process. So I thought, oh, cool. Now I know what I do. It's light and laughter alchemy.
Yes. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Would you say then, why is the laughter coming? Because it's really the release of that program, which really makes everyone just lighten up.
Absolutely. Right? It's such a tremendous shift in consciousness that laughing allows us to break up the density of whatever those issues are, whether it's mental, emotional, physical. So your physical space changes. It becomes lighter and lighter. And laughter breaks up all those dense places within our emotional body and our energy body, and also in the physical space around us. So then you feel like you're breathing deeper without any effort. And the stories that have been holding you back, when you tune into them, when you can laugh at it, you know you have transformed the energy of it. It doesn't have the same impact on you that it used to have, where it used to be painful, where things used to hold you back. They are transformed in such a gentle way that even when you do go into the story, and we all have stories, that story no longer controls you. And I see that that's why people kind of like laugh at themselves. They know that, oh my God, that was who they were. And laughter allows us to know that you are so much bigger than all your issues now, and who you were, and those problems no longer have that power over you that they once have.
Yes, that is so powerful. Okay, I can see where the story's over and the laughter comes from, it's like a connection with your soul. It could be soul laughter. Is that what you find? Is that it's really a connection with the soul again, because the story's no longer there, and maybe the laughter's coming because we're looking at it, it's like, oh, that's ridiculous, or something like that. Who knows why we're laughing, but the laughter does shift it, but it's that release of the story, and seeing the story is maybe more comical then.
I think so. Yeah, there's this deeper awareness that people have that is so empowering. They're like, oh my God, I did make those choices. Ha ha ha. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
And don't be so serious about it. Good. Okay. Well, I am so pleased to hear that you are so tuned in and tapped in, that you have been all your life, and now you're honoring this and truly working with it, because the people that you work with, your clients, they really love the experience, and we're going to get to that experience as well today. I wanted to ask you, when you would fall asleep and get these major upgrades, when you look back, you just saw these colors. Would you say it was, it was this energy field around you? Would you say that it was another being? Was it your higher self? Was it an ascended master? What were these colors that you saw?
I have asked people about that because I wasn't sure, but I just knew that I was being worked on or upgraded, because it kind of reminds me of how my body was feeling when I first received like my Reiki attunement. And I remember that suddenly I'm able to see and perceive things and this energy around me. So it feels like it could have been different ascended masters helping me to rewire my neurology so that I remember the gifts I'm supposed to be using in this lifetime. And I know that a lot of people I work with will receive those spontaneous shifts also for whatever reason, because when you're around that energy field, it just becomes kind of catchy, like the way you catch a cold, except that we're going to catch higher vibrations instead. And at the time, I did not know, but I just know that because I can see colors around me, that it wasn't just my body being sick or tired. It was my whole body being worked on. And I know that some people associate certain colors with like the different archangels. And it could be that I can see that the blue could be Archangel Michael, and the gold could be Uriel, and the green could be Raphael, or they could be ascended masters, or our higher self is always in communication with all these energies. So that would have to be part of it too. And I wonder, as I'm speaking, I'm feeling that purple and pink energy and a lot of the energy fields of your listeners right now. So you are all connected to this energy, and you may see different colors. And I see a lot of you are sensing lavender and pink in your energy fields right now, like there's that sacred feminine calling to be embodied. And I see that so many of you on the call are receiving that. And now the blue is coming down for some of you as well as we're speaking. Interesting.
That's amazing. Can you share with us what you see? Are you seeing it from a group level in your third eye? Or how are you seeing it? What's that like?
Yes, as I'm tuning into the energy of listeners, I'm seeing this from my third eye, and I am also asking this energy to help me see and perceive what is the highest truth for all, and allow me to just be the conduit for healing energies and healing frequencies that will be most helpful for everyone on the call today. So it feels like your listeners are amazingly high vibration people who are also here to help expand consciousness, because I feel this energy of oneness that everyone's wanting to participate in and be that conduit and that catalyst for shifting the consciousness of the planet. So, yay!
Yay, that's amazing that you've picked up on that, because absolutely that is the vision of our hearts. And I know that many are on their purpose and their mission to do that and assist in this great shift. Beautiful. Well, there's some questions coming in. I'm going to ask some of these questions, and they may help us when we get to our group experience of the energy that you're going to bring forth. You are going to do an energy process with us so we can feel the frequencies, and this is about reversing aging. So questions from our audience coming in would say, is it possible to heal bone density and bone loss? Or can this help heal the heart and stop AFib? And also another question, is it possible to clear from work buildings that have rugs and fibers, adhesives, and other toxic materials in that work environment? So these are kind of broad-based, and then there's some with depression. So we can work one-on-one with people, but here's another one. What about healing on graying or thinning hair? Okay. So, does your work address all of this? It goes to a cellular level, and it goes into the DNA, and now we're talking about energetic trauma, and that's what you work with.
Yes, a few years ago, because I needed this for my own healing, so I asked my guides and angels how to heal these parts of my life that have been like subconscious and lingering around. So then I was guided to work on the first 40 months in utero, doing my in utero development. And then I read scientific studies about how as we are developing in uterally in our mom, our brain, our neurology picks up on what was going on in the environment that we will be born into so that we can survive the environment we will be born into. So that means if our mother was under stress or if she was the victim of domestic abuse, some of that gets wired in our neurology, and we don't know why in everyday life we get triggered so easily by some things. So I find that by going back into that space of our in utero development, I can help people shift a lot of things that they deal with in life where they feel like, where is this from? How did I create this? And I don't want anyone to be blaming themselves for creating something, because if it was not even conscious to you, it was not conscious to you and you couldn't do anything about it. So take it easy with this blaming yourself thing, because that's not too helpful. And also, I find that a lot of things are just a matter of changing the energy of it. Like the person who asked about bone and bone density, and the person who asked about hair loss and even AFib. When we go into working on anti-aging, I will go into that part of our brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus that is responsible for all the rhythms, all the biological rhythms. So, the circadian rhythm, everybody knows that's the 24-hour cycle, but there's also the diurnal rhythm, the rhythm that allows us to know the difference between day and night so that we can regulate hormones and metabolism differently throughout day and night, as well as our hunger. So for those with weight issues, it could be that, right? And then there's also our ultradian rhythm, which is rhythms that are shorter than 24 hours. Like people eat 3 meals a day. That's part of the ultradian rhythm, which also creates hunger and sleepiness or not during the workday. So if that rhythm is off, you're either eating a lot during the day, or you're not eating, or you have hunger during all times of the day. So that when that rhythm is off, it creates all those problems. And then there's also the infradian rhythm, the rhythm that is more than 24 hours, such as the menstrual cycle and being in menopause and all that can affect bone density and hair loss. So we will be working on all those rhythms when we do work on the body's clock to do something for aging. Yeah. And as for the question about the environment, well, while you can always do something to upgrade your own immune system, I find that sometimes it really is better to address the actual issue of cleaning up the environment, cleaning up all the products around us so that our own immune system will not be as affected by all that. But yes, you can work on environmental issues two ways. by upgrading your immune system, and also making the necessary changes, because you can never be immune to every single thing around you. Yeah. And I wonder what other questions you all have that may actually relate to the process we're going to do. So it's like some of you are already in tune what we're going to do.
Yes, that's going to be beautiful to experience. Okay. Well, let's see. Can you erase habits that have been in place for several years?
Yes. And also, it's important to find out what that habit is protecting you from or what it's teaching you. So if it's protecting you from something that requires healing, it's important to know what it protects you from so you can address the actual source of the habit. And once you address the actual source of that habit, the habit itself transforms because it's no longer needed in your life, and you no longer have to use willpower to change it. And I find from working with people, the habits they may or may not want actually have pure innate wisdom about survival needs. Survival and safety are often behind what we call bad habits or good habits. So, yeah. Okay. So I would say start asking, what is the underlying issue here? What is it keeping you from experiencing? And what awareness are you not yet willing to have about it? That if you're willing to have that awareness, you can transform your habit, because there will be a shift in consciousness and in perspective.
Thank you. Okay. Well, here's a question too. There's many coming in from our chat line. And this is interesting because on this program, we understand and understand that the sun is changing. It is changing right now. It has been changing as it ascends. We too are ascending. And so Linda has a question that asks what you see regarding a so-called solar flash coming to Earth. What are your thoughts on that, Jade? Is it already underway? Can we envision high possibilities, ease and grace?
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you asked this, because just a matter of weeks ago I was receiving this energy, and I thought it was the energy of citrine, but it's actually the energy of yellow sapphire. And I was told to use this frequency of the yellow sapphire now, so that I can deal with the changes from the sun. So since you are so tuned in, whoever that is, you're so tuned in. So why don't I do that for everybody since you ask?
Okay.
Oh my God. So everybody on the call now, and everybody who's listening in on the replay later, we're going to change. I'm tuning into your energy field, and I'm asking for the blessings of the guardians of the yellow sapphire energy, so that it will protect our DNA from mutations that may not be good for you, but it will not keep you from receiving what you need so that you can evolve forward. So you can receive this to help you evolve forward, but the damage from the sun to your skin, to your DNA, that will be very minimized. And we will allow the changes to trigger you and trigger your system to receive higher vibration energies that allow for you to evolve different parts of your brain, your pineal gland. So we will still allow for that to trigger your personal evolution, which will trigger our collective human evolution. So we see that, and I'm tuning into your third eye, your pineal gland, and allowing you to receive this protective energy and evolution enhancing energy of yellow sapphire. And I see that there's a white beryl and white sapphire to allow for this energy. For some of you, you need this so that your bones can stay healthy. And I also see white topaz as well as white beryl, because these two frequencies also allow you to take the right amount of yellow sapphire energy for your whole bodies. And I see this will also affect the pancreas in some people. So for those of you who may have that imbalance in your pancreas now, we're going to put a lot more energy in there to change your pancreas. And I get the feeling for those of you who need this also for your pancreas is that you feel so responsible for what's happening to everyone and everything that you forgot this can be a joyful experience. So we're going to just allow for that to shift so that you remember you are naturally in that space of joy, and that all experiences can enhance your evolution, and they can come in a very joyful way. And I see that the pineal glands are able to receive this in a way that's calibrated for each of you perfectly. And I bring this energy down from pineal, pituitary, thalamus, hypothalamus, and shifting all this into fifth chakra, fourth chakra, third chakra, second, first, and then now to your earth chakra, which is 18 inches below your feet. And allow this to integrate left brain, right brain, and your whole neurology, and allow for a shift in hormones that allow this to be easy on your whole system. Okay. So glad you asked that. I was wondering why that was floating around my energy. So yeah, how is that feeling for you?
Oh, that was very interesting. Personally, I could feel that in my auric field close. It was in my emotional body. It was close to my physical form, and it was kind of pulsating pretty quickly. And then towards this end, right as we wrapped up, I feel very relaxed and almost sleepy. So it's beautiful. I love those frequencies. Thank you. Oh my goodness. We have callers on the phone, and I think what we'd like to do is, since you can feel our group energy, we can do another process here in a moment for reversing aging as well. But let's talk a little bit more about some of the work that you do. Again, these frequencies, when they go and work on a cellular level, this is an energy signature in our body. And so you're tapping into the organs of the body which have this signature, and you can see, are you seeing where there's a blockage or a non-flow in energy? Is that what's going on?
Yes, I feel into it. So I would construct a hologram of like the person I'm working with or the group I'm working with. And then I ask that I be guided to move into all those places of density that I can now safely and easily transform, that it's in alignment with your best and highest. And that allows me to often go into organ systems and release. And I find that from working with people, I find that what these densities are, they are usually unexpressed, repressed, unprocessed, unresolved emotional issues from this life or even in past lives. And when I ask that all the emotional issues is that are unprocessed, unexpressed, repressed, or denied, let all those be transformed with total ease. And then I just move my hands through the density, and then the person would yawn a lot and I would yawn a lot, and I know that that density has been changed because either because we're doing a lot of yawning or a lot of laughing. And some people feel this in their belly where your stomach will gurgle, and I find that heavier emotions are acidic to the body. So as the body's biochemistry change from acidic to alkaline, there's a process that happens that releases gas, so you can hear your stomach gurgling. And then there are other processes that are not as funny to talk about, right? Like gas releasing, things releasing from all openings.
Maybe it is pretty funny to talk about.
Letting go. Any exit will do.
Oh, and it's a good thing you don't have smells over the internet too, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're just having a little fun here. Okay. And laughing as we can feel that. Okay. Well, this is Light and Laughter Alchemy with Jade-Yin Hom. And Jade, I think it would be perfect to do another frequency bath here and do an energy process to feel younger and just to really remember or tune in to those frequencies.
Okay, awesome. Yay. Okay, everybody, so I'm connecting to everyone on the call now and everyone who's listening later, that only the best and highest come through this for everyone. And I'm just connecting with all your guides and angels, with higher frequency beings. So now that we can all be in energetic resonance with the field of consciousness of all ascended masters, the field of consciousness of miracles and miracle workers, and that being able to receive miracles is something easy for everyone to do on the call. So now we are in vibrational resonance with the energy, space, and consciousness of miracles, and with the ascended masters. So now we're going to go to this place and space of your body that controls all the different rhythms. So that's the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and we're just going to play with all these different rhythms so that any mood issues you have can be resolved through that. Any metabolism issues can be resolved through that. And there's so much to our rhythms, because when you have the circadian rhythms that are working for you, then it is so much easier to do the anti-aging part. So let's work on those right now. The circadian rhythm that allows you to really be able to have the energy throughout your day and be able to really sleep at night, because our bodies do so much repair and regeneration during the night. And when you can have that deep sleep at night, you can really live forever. So we're going to work on that circadian rhythm. And then the other rhythms I mentioned earlier, the diurnal rhythm that allows your body to know the difference between day and night. And then the ultradian rhythms that change throughout the day so that you have the right hormones throughout the day. And the sugar, and this even changes for people who have a heart rhythm that is out of sync. This may work on your heart rhythm. So we're going to allow that to happen for you with total ease. The heart rhythms. And you know, this also works on your kidney and kidney energy, because most of us use the bathroom only a certain number of times a day, so that you would be able to use the bathroom during the day and not be awakened at nighttime to go to the bathroom, because that disrupts your deep sleep. So if you've been needing to get up in the middle of the night for that, see how this will change that for you. So you take care of bathroom needs during the day. So the ultradian rhythm is very critical in helping you to be able to do that. Okay, and now the energy signature for a healthy infradian rhythm. So infradian rhythm are those rhythms that are more than 24 hours, like a monthly cycle, and our fertility. And I find that this also affects people who have seasonal allergies, right? So if your body regularly has allergies in the spring or allergies in the summer or allergies in the fall, that falls under infradian rhythm. So anything that is in your infradian rhythm, like those seasonal allergies, we can take that off. Yeah, so any one of you suffering from allergies, we're going to erase that from the infradian rhythms. So whatever issue that was creating that in whatever season. So I know that in the northern hemisphere, fall is coming, and there's this whole thing about getting your flu shot, blah, blah, blah. So programming that into that infradian rhythm is something that has been like programming us, right? We're going to take that out. That whole flu thing, flu season thing, we're going to take that out of that energy signature so that you can be in alignment with the energy signature of your own infradian rhythm that does not have all these seasonal issues with it. Yeah, so let's clear that for all of you. Any allergies that are imprinted on this rhythm, we're going to release all that to the light now, and all the underlying emotional, unresolved emotional issues. And this is like the whole flute thing. If you just look at it as some virus that's been programming us, we can delete that mental virus, then it won't act on your energy, right? So release all these different viruses that have been programming us. Now we're going to work in the part of our DNA that is a marker of time, and that's the length of the telomeres. So telomeres that are long means you're going to live long, but the telomeres get shorter and shorter with time. So we're going to tune into that and just release your body and your energy field from this restrictive 3D time, because how we are programmed to do time in this 3D reality stresses everybody out. So we're going to release how 3D time was programmed in this DNA. And we're going to slowly just shift how your body holds time into the 5D time, where time is not linear, where it's holistic, where it's expansive, and where you innately know that time is actually not linear. Time goes beyond 3D dimension. So now you can embody that congruently from the level of DNA. And we're just going to take 10% of your telomeres and allow them to remember their original length. And when 10% of your telomeres is able to do that, then we can do 30%. And we can do 40%, and we can do 60%. And we're going to connect with the energy of a protein, a class of proteins called sirtuins. Sirtuins are a class of protein that has been proven to help with several processes that enhance longevity. It helps with apoptosis, that's programmed cell death, and it helps with inflammation, it helps with aging and transcription. And for those of you who, I know that a lot of you have heard of resveratrol, a chemical in red wine that enhances longevity. So resveratrol is a naturally occurring sirtuin activator. And this is not an excuse for you all to start drinking red wine, but just letting you know. So we're going to connect with the energy of this class of proteins called sirtuins so that your body has the right amount it needs to help with this anti-aging process. And we're going to let it be safe for your body to receive this and allow your body to integrate this energy with total ease, in alignment with your best and highest, and alignment with the wisdom of your body. And let's allow your brain, your nervous system, all your hormones to receive this energy, because when your nervous system and your hormones, both the electrical communication and the chemical communication of the body, when that is communicating from this space of being able to reprogram your body to live long and live well, then it just changes everything. And whatever changes your bodies need to make, it will be done with total ease. Total ease. allowing you to feel younger, allowing every system in the body to receive the energy it requires for renewal, for repair, for regeneration and rejuvenation. And this is done in total safety because your body's innate wisdom knows how to do all this. It just needs a little bit of extra energy to drive those chemical processes. Oh, it's making me yawn. I'm going to look younger and younger all the time. And while this energy is working for all of you in a perfect way, we're just going to put another beautiful cocoon of blue light, white light, yellow light around you all, so that all these things will happen with total ease. And why does blue light? Because it works on your nervous system. The yellow light works on all the hormones. The white light is really good for integrating everything with total ease. And as white light contains all frequencies, so that your body is able to receive exactly what it needs for total ease and safety. And all these changes can happen for all of you with total ease now. Yeah, good. Oh, here's another thing that is just so fascinating. So, when we are under stress, for some of us, we gain weight, but we need to look at it as a good thing, because fat cells are like stem cells. Because the fat cells are like stem cells, you can program them to do regenerative work for you. As you all know, stem cells can become whatever the body needs it to be. So instead of looking at it like it's something you need to get rid of, be thankful your body is able to create that for you, and be thankful that your body is now able to use that and convert it to whatever healing your body needs, because they are like your own source of stem cells. Then you can use it to regenerate any organ system in your body. So let's activate some of that, what you call fat cells that have been there for you, and acknowledge them as the beautiful stem cells that they are, and acknowledge your body now knows how to use it to regenerate any organ system that's right for you. So let's activate that, and then the part of you that just knows how to use this regenerative energy. Yeah. Does that make a lot of you happy to know that? It sure makes me happy to know that.
It totally shifts an opinion of ourselves, doesn't it? Yes. That's liberating.
Your body is always working for you.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, we're at
I
peace.
see that some of the audience are so happy. They're like, oh, then I can do plenty of regeneration now. I hear you.
I can do plenty of regeneration, yes. Super healers.
Me too.
Power regenerators, yes. Extra cushion for the power regeneration. Okay. We are so thankful for all those fat cells. And we are converting it to healing. That was very powerful what you just said there, Jade.
It made me happy to find that out too.
Yes, okay. I loved the really the limiting programs, the fear programs for the flu season and all of that. So thank you for working on that with us. We feel strengthened in the immune system from this too.
Wonderful. So that was the whole anti-aging process.
Beautiful. The peace and the calm that comes from this. Again, I'm certain that others felt it in a vibrant way as well. At times I did personally. It was really a buzzing, but then just an overwhelming peace, super relaxation, and just the information or the knowledge that we are connected, the feeling of this connection to these frequencies of perfection that we already are. It is perfect. It is exquisite. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Jade. That was a beautiful experience. Our listeners can certainly go back and experience that again in the recording. We will have some time for some audience questions. There may be those who are on the phone or the web call that want to ask you a personal question, or maybe it's something that actually helps all of us. Before we get there, though, I wanted you to talk a little bit about your special offer, which includes the 21-day Rejuvenation and Regeneration program. Now, those are encoded recordings. Can you tell us about those and how we work with them?
Yes. So in the 21 days, I will take you through all the systems in your body that we can work with. And also, beginning on October 8th to October 29th, that's the 21 days, I will actually be doing all this with you all live on Facebook. So whatever you feel like you need some extra help on, I will do the whole 21 days live. And so the first day is the aura cleansing and repair, but that's also to remove any and all entities so that your body you can really feel and embody your own divine sovereignty. So everything that's buzzing around you, all the distractions that keep you from being you, all the distractions that keep you from staying focused and on your path, we will cleanse and release all that out of your aura. And I know a lot of you do energy healing yourself, and you know how important it is to repair the aura because certain places still have imprints of trauma. So those will be released also. So from day one on, after we do the aura cleansing, you will feel more in your body because you will be able to really tap into your own divine sovereignty. So, yeah. And then day 2, we're going to do the blood cleansing and tonification. And this, helps all your organs to finally be able to receive the nutrients they need. And some of you who are always tired, you may find that maybe your body needs to be able to make more red blood cells. So day 2 is really something to look forward to, especially if you're feeling tired. Day 3, we're going to work on the lymphatic system, cleanse and upgrade, so that because your lymphatic system helps you get rid of cellular waste, and you'll find that you may actually be releasing more stuff after the 3rd day. The cellular waste comes from holding on to emotional issues. So there's going to be a lot of emotional release as well. The 4th day, we're going to work on the heart and cardiovascular system upgrade. So that's releasing all the blocks to joy, releasing emotional traumas as well as intergenerational traumas. And I know that with the amount of heart disease people are talking about, I'm also able to tap into what is called miasms. So that's a term from homeopathy that means an energetic configuration that may become a physical issue. So I help release all those miasms that may create high blood pressure, heart disease, cardiovascular system issues. And if you already have some of those issues, by re-listening to it, you may find that they are going to be going away more and easier and gentler to work with those issues and hopefully release them from your life and your body. So the fifth day, we're going to work on the lungs and the pulmonary circulatory system. And as you know, the lungs are all about inspiration. So we're going to release all the blocks, all the emotional issues that keep you from living an inspired life. And day 6, we will work on the digestive and the stomach, the digestive system in the stomach, and it's all about receiving. So if you are struggling with money, you may have issues with receiving love, receiving support, and receiving respect. And I find that a lot of stomach and digestive problems go back to the beginning of life where we're forced to receive things we don't want. So when we change this whole energy of receiving that is built into your stomach and digestive system, you will also be receiving differently from people, and you may also need to find new people in your life, because those who don't treat you with love and respect, they may find their way out of your life, and I wonder if that's something you all been asking for. So it will be an interesting conversation after day 6. Day 7, liver detox and regeneration. So this is the biggest organ in your body, and when the liver is working well, it supports so many things. And so it also means that it holds a lot of repressed, unexpressed issues. And when we release all that, you'll see an improvement in your cholesterol and your mood and just about everything else in your life. So day 8, small intestine detox and regeneration. This is where the body absorbs good nutrients to support your well-being, and it also will help you become more focused and more joyful. And I will talk about that with you on day 8. Day 9, colon cleansing and regeneration, right? So we will be working on releasing a lot of issues. And when you release issues from your colon, you will also see that reflected in your appearance. Your skin, your face, your whole appearance will look lighter and brighter as all those toxins from the colon are released. Then day 10, pancreas energetic upgrade, which we've done a little bit of, so that you will have the right blood sugar to support you, and you will also be able to tap into all those places of joy within you. And then day 11 is spleen energetic upgrade and regeneration. Our spleen filters blood and supports your immune system. And so we're going to release all the emotional issues that are keeping your spleen from working well. And so when your spleen meridian and your spleen are working well, you totally feel a whole new level of vitality and ease in your life. So you're going to love day 11. Day 12, the whole skeletal system upgrade and regeneration. So you feel stronger and supported, and you also feel like whatever vision you have for your life, you're going to feel a strong support to go after your true vision in life when your whole skeletal system and your entire spine is realigned to the field of gravity. And day 13 is more of that. I'm going to work specifically on the whole entire spine. So your cervical spine, your thoracic spine, your lumbar spine, your tailbone. Then you would have support in the mental sphere of your life, the emotional sphere of your life, the financial sphere of your life. So you're going to feel really good after day 13. And I'm so excited for day 14 because I love working on eyesight and vision. So day 14 is all about healing the eyes, because when we release all the emotional baggage, that's all the perceptual distortions we bought into in life, when those are released, you see yourself differently, you see your life differently, and then you will begin to be able to really see the beauty, the magnificence, and the brilliance of you, which you have been hiding from your whole life. So, yeah, when we work on the physical eye, it's actually powerful healing for the whole emotional body and for just the vision you have for your own life and your third eye. All that gets worked on day 14. Day 15 I'm excited about too, because a lot of you have been asking me about this. So I'm doing an energy healing for teeth and gum. And some of you know this, that every tooth is related to an energy meridian as well as an endocrine gland. So you can really tune into what is going on in your body by looking at the health of your teeth and gums. And so on day 15, you will feel that your whole energy system is being worked on, because when we work through the teeth and gum, we are all working on all the meridians and all the endocrine glands. It's you're going to love that if you have teeth and gum problems. Item 16, day 16 will be for the nervous system, rejuvenation and regeneration. And since the nervous system affects every organ system, every process in your body, you're going to feel so good. And then the 5 senses will be sharpened so much. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to doing day 16 with all of you. Day 17, connective tissue healing. And as you all know, scientific studies have proven that our connective tissue has cellular memory. So when you release all the mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, financial traumas from your body, imagine how much freer you'll be, and you'll be able to move. I did that. Every time I do this, someone would tell me, oh my God, I feel like jumping. I can mow the lawn without pain, and I can do X, Y, and Z without pain. So if you have pain in your body at all, day 17, we will change a lot of that for you. And then day 18, immune system energetic upgrade. Boy, as you all know, your thymus gland, which is a huge part of your immune system, is also your I am center. So not only is this going to upgrade your immune system, but it's going to really allow you to know what is it to totally embody your divine sovereignty. What is it to really own your life and know who you are and be so congruent with being you that nothing really touches you. All the false information that's out there will not create issues in your own life, including all the false programmings about flu season, allergy season, this and that. So really looking forward to day 18. Day 19 is the kidneys. The kidney meridian, according to Chinese medicine, houses your yuan qi, which means your original qi, and in Western medicine that would be like your DNA. So imagine releasing all the intergenerational issues that have been keeping you from your abundance, your strength, your power. That's going to be powerful because it will change what's in your bank account. So day 20, gallbladder meridian, in Chinese, when someone is brave, we say dai dam, which means they have a big gallbladder. And the reason is because the gallbladder meridian gives you a sense of decisiveness to act. So for those of you who may have been procrastinating on issues and making choices, and you don't dare ask for what you really want in life, that's going to change day 20. And I know it's awful to put it in day 20 if you've been procrastinating and you have to wait till day 20, but that's how it works. And
you have to wait for that. It's procrastinating karma.
Until the last day.
Yes.
Because that's how procrastination works.
Yes.
And I'm so excited for day 21 because everybody wants to know how they can access their own gift, their own genius, and so on and so forth. So I learned that when you are able to operate from a whole brain state, then you're able to really access the genius in you because your left brain, your right brain, the rational, the intuitive will come together with total ease in you. So that activates your potential for genius. And I learned that from reading about how Einstein's brain is different from our brain. It's that the corpus callosum, that tissue that connects left and right brain, and his brain, they are much bigger and better. So in day 21, we're going to see how we can entrain to having that kind of a brain after you get over procrastination. And then I did a couple bonus that I add in, whole body rejuvenation and regeneration, because that's easy to listen to, so that when you don't know what organ system to work on, you may as well just do the whole body, right? And I know a lot of people have been asking for something for pain, and so I made a bonus audio that's for whole body comfort and ease. So then all the aches and pains, no matter what the causes are. So if you work with me individually, we can go into releasing the unresolved, unexpressed emotional issues. But I feel that we are so much more alike than not. We all have repressed issues that are holding us back. We all have baggage from this life and past lives that are holding us back. So working on the general issues actually does work for a lot of people, because then you don't need to bring up the story about this or that keeps your mind going and going. So it's going to be really exciting, and it starts on the 8th, goes till the 29th for 11 days. And yeah, and I love that we get face-to-face time, because you have all been asking for that you rather just see me face-to-face, because for some of you, you feel like you need to see me for this to work more powerfully or something. So Facebook Live makes this a totally doable thing for for the next 21 days, you get to see me. We're going to work together. Things are going to change. And so by doing it live, then you're able to put in your questions on the Q&A for me to address in case you have other issues that come up, because I know that when we work on releasing emotional issues, some of you may want the support like now, and not later, and not email me and not wait 2-3 months to get in to see me. So that's why I'm doing the whole thing live on Facebook, so I can answer your questions right away, so you don't have to feel like you need to get it all now. And also, by being on a Facebook live group, you can leave me your questions in case you don't get to see me live. Then you can still leave me questions that I will get to, and you will know that maybe other people have the same questions, so it's not as lonely to go through this when we do it as a group.
Yes, and you know, when you do that Facebook Live, that's a private group where people can also share their experiences there. And that's really cool because you're also going to have the recordings for people who just want to receive the energy when they can, maybe when they go to bed or however they integrate that into their life. But I love what you said there about the power of you coming together every day for 21 days and actually addressing, it's the whole gamut of the most common themes that you've come up with for the human body in that divine blueprint, and that's what you're making that connection to. And that showing up every day like that will actually progress one's well-being, you know, that has exponential growth when it's set up that way. It's like the energy builds from one day to the next. Do you find that, Jade?
Yes, I love how the energy just grows and grows, and when people realize, you know, how much they can change in one day, they're going to be like, I can't wait till what else comes up tomorrow. And I can't wait till what else comes up tomorrow that they did not know in the past, because I know that when we live in 3D reality, change means going back to a doctor, taking a number of prescriptions for X number of months. But your audience, who's so tuned in and so much more evolved, you guys are ready for something different. So we build this energy together. We build this morphic field together that supports change. Because I know that when things change quickly, sometimes we're like, is this really true? Is it just me? And then when you find that someone else is also going through that and they're able to change this, it's not just you. Somehow just having that validation from another person just accelerates your own change so much more.
Yes, I've seen that happen as well. And so I think it's really cool because this is like having a personal appointment with you, an energy session with you every day for 21 days. Again, you're doing that over Facebook Live. You also have the audio recordings of it. But I want to ask you, Jade, what about the time of day? What time of day are you planning on doing it on Facebook?
Yeah, I plan to do it around like 12 to 12:30 Mountain Time. So I think Pacific would be 11 to 11:30 in the afternoon. Okay. And I think that once we start doing it, I know that we have listeners from Singapore and Malaysia and Hong Kong and Australia and New Zealand. And I know that they're all like, but it's 2 a.m. for me or whatever. So once we get into it, I may change the time, do some in 12 noon where I'm at, and then do some in the evening so that the listeners who are in Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand, you won't have to stay up every night. And since we're working on your circadian rhythm, I don't want to ruin what we just did.
Right, exactly. Well, that's the beauty of the recording, too, because you're going to still be able to tap into that even if someone just watches it, whatever, but, as it's able to replay in that Facebook group. So that's beautiful that you're willing to be flexible. So, okay, well, this is beautiful. Here it is. It's a special offer for your 21-day rejuvenation and regeneration program. All of those 21 days and the audio recordings. Beautiful. Again, that's available on the special offer button on this webpage. I just want to thank you for that, Jade, because it really is cool. A new take, again, this 21 days in a row is very powerful. So thanks for that. Okay. Did you want to add anything else about that package before we go and take some callers?
I am so looking forward to this package. The only thing I like to add is that because energy is powerful, for some of you, if you decide to miss a day, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean that it's not working, because if you give me permission to include you in the dailies, I will do that. And I assume that you all give me permission to include you on a daily basis, even if you can't make it live. But I don't really include you unless I have permission, because I don't know what you are doing any time of the day, and I know that energy works really fast. So, like somebody told me, she was really upset with me for doing an energy healing for her, because she really needed to go to the bathroom right away after I did that. And she said she had to drive back home, blah, blah, blah. So I did not know that my energy works that fast. So, and she's a friend of mine, so she can tell me the truth that I was such a bitch and I need to never do that again. So I thought, okay, I will never include you without your permission. I'm sorry, I was just being nice. She goes, yeah, and I have to drive back home because I need to go to the bathroom, this and that. And I thought, oh my God, from now on I will tell everybody this. Energy works really fast, especially when we're doing a lot of releasing to begin with. Like I was saying earlier, it just exits any doorway it can find. And so I don't include you without your permission, because I don't want you to have to deal with that when you're in the middle of a meeting, when you're in a long line in a supermarket, you know.
Okay, noted. Excellent. Okay, beautiful. Well, thank you for that, Jade-Yin. Again, that special offer is available for our community, and that's really cool. So we thank you for that once again. Okay, let's go to, we have time for a couple of callers. I'm going to go to Charlottetown, the phone number ending 1324. Hi, caller. You're unmuted. What's your name, please?
My name is Carmen, Luann, and also Jade. This is Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm following you, and I'm kind of not fed up because everything is good. But the thing is, I just wondering if you, when you said that you're going to have the thing at the time, you said mountain time, but for me it's Eastern time. If you tell me what Eastern time, and you need my permission if I cannot be there, that you can do that for me, and I can re-listen the recording. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I will have the recordings for you. Yes. And yes.
And also
3 p.m. your time. Mm-hmm.
Eastern time. No, it's not Eastern time, but here it's 1 hour after, but it's better for me because I cannot do that thing. And also I want to thank you because I buy your thing for highs, and I was wondering, I think you remember me because I was with, listen to Jeanette, and I buy your thing, but I was deciding not to go for the surgery because I want to wait. but it's going to be 2 months now, and my view is getting. I say the cataract it seems to go not go away but diminish, smaller. And I was wondering, because if I believe in that, and I continue to make the exercise and to listen to MP3, but I just want to know if sometime it's going to be completely clear, because the doctor, the specialist, they had to call me back because I refused to go to the surgery 2 months ago, because I said I just give a reason I don't feel good, and I don't tell him that I do exercise because they don't believe in that, So I just want your advice on that. Do you think it's gonna? I mean, I'm not sure you can say that the time it's gonna take, but I trust that. But do you think it's gonna be okay, or should I don't want to go to surgery because they cut your things and they put something in your eyes, and sometimes I feel I'm alone because here everywhere the doctor, when they prescribe something and when they said you have to do that, and if you don't do it, they kind of no, it make me feel guilty. It's not them, it's me. I feel. So is it normal, or is it something that I have to think about that and continue almost every day to listen your thing about the eyes and your MP3, and I love it.
Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah. This is a good time for me to give a full disclaimer. So I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not allowed to give medical advice or diagnose or treat anything. And Carmen, I know you're asking about whether energy healing will take care of your cataract totally, or if you should go to a doctor. That's exactly something I cannot advise, but I can tell you that for myself, like there was a time in my life when I was working on my eyesight, I went to a specialist called a behavioral ophthalmologist. Okay. And I know that you can find behavioral ophthalmologists wherever you are, and they are actually very open to talking with you about alternative ways to improve your eyesight. Like I talked to my behavioral ophthalmologist about changing my eyeglasses to a lesser prescription to give my eyes a way to heal themselves, and she loves that. That's what they do. And I tell her about the different supplements I take, and she loves that, and she tells me to just take it easy, and she's so supportive of me doing that. So there are doctors who are very supportive about doing that. So I just want to give the name of the type of doctor I went to, and they are called behavioral ophthalmologists, and they are practicing in all 50 states. As far as I know, all 50 states have specialists called behavioral ophthalmologists who are able to look into your eye problems and give you help in healing. That some of them actually are also able to give you not only eye exercises to do, but special lenses that help your eyes improve, as well as special dietary considerations. I know that for cataract, they will also give special dietary considerations, but because there are nutritionists and nutritionists are licensed, then I feel like I want to stay in integrity and not play nutritionist and not play the role of a behavioral ophthalmologist, and just work on the light information in your energy field, the light information that allows your eyes to remember their perfect, God-given, divine blueprint. So that's what I work on. But I like you to know that there are very open-minded, educated professionals who are able to help you and give you advice in ways that I feel I don't want to be doing right now because I don't have the special background they do, and because I so respect the work that they do, I don't want to be overstepping my boundaries, and I hope that's okay. But since I have you on the line, let me just work on connecting with the blueprint of your eyes, your lenses especially, and see what we can remove, release, and all the cellular structures that support healthy eyesight. Let's work on that, and let's work on the visual cortex that's in the back of your head. So let me do a little bit for you, and whatever I can to help your eyes to become more and more in resonance with the divine blueprint of healthy eyes, and whatever needs to be released, what that's happened, will now be released with total ease. And let's send healing energy to all of you having, a good relationship with your healthcare provider, because you never know which ones are also very open-minded, because I go to a doctor that is very open-minded to what I'm doing. So I hope that you can also find a doctor, a naturopath, who's also very supportive and understanding of all the alternatives out there. Because I know that when I go to workshops and weekends, I always meet up with someone who's a chiropractor or a general practitioner or nurse practitioner. So they are interested in what we do, but it's just a matter of finding them for you. So let me send you healing energy to find the right practitioners that support you to heal on so many levels of your being. And how is that feeling for your eyes right now as I'm doing that?
They feel happy, stronger. It's just not a cataract, it's myopia, but I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much, because I trust the thing, because the divine blueprint. But here we live in the island now, and we have specialists like ophthalmologists, but I didn't see a naturopath for that. I didn't see also another person, because I was thinking, because with my problem of myopia when I drive and things like that, and with my cataract, I can see my cataract is smaller. That's the thing that I can say. After that, I repeat the session that I have to you, and I almost every day I listened, because for me it's good and it helped me. And I realized that I have to do that before I drive, because if I do that before I drive, it's a kind of not, I don't know, it's not the same thing. But I'm very appreciate what you said to me, and I thank you for what you do in life, and thank you for the gift you are. I love to hear you on Facebook, and I love to continue with you, because you're so amazing. Thank you so much for your energy, and thank you for the gift you are.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Carmen. Thank you for calling. You're so awesome. Thank you.
I'm glad that you take my call. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Carmen. Thanks for sharing your story too. Thank you. Wow. I think we all learned a little bit there, Jade, and it's wonderful that I love the medical world becoming interested in this field. It is definitely converging and merging, and chiropractors are into this stuff along with naturopaths, and it's just beautiful. Okay, well, we have time for another quick one, if you don't mind, Jade. I know we're a little bit over here, but it would be beautiful to take one more caller. Let's go to Michael in Arizona. Is this Michael?
Oh, hi. No, it's actually Pamela.
Okay, I like your phone number, 1133. Okay,
oh,
it says
thank
Michael
you.
here, but Good to meet you, Pamela.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Jade. I am going to see a breast specialist tomorrow morning, and because I had 2 mammograms, and the second one, the diagnostic showed density that they came back in what they call a BIRAD 4, which is on a scale of 1 to 5, right? So 4 means basically they can't tell what it is. They can't really tell if it's suspicious or not, blah, blah, blah. But he's going to decide whether or not I need to have a biopsy and give his opinion on it. And so I really don't feel like there's anything serious going on from what I've scanned in the energy. But it'd be really nice to just clear whatever that density is, whatever that, they're calling them like microcalcifications, I guess. So whatever that is in the left breast, I would just love to completely clear it out. And, so I'm supposed to have I'll probably have another mammogram in like a month, I think. And I'm hoping that it will just show completely clear. So that would be awesome.
I'm happy to do that. I'm glad you're doing this preventatively. Yeah, I remember my own mammogram a couple of years ago and then told about the density thing. So, yeah. Yeah,
well, they had said that, because it's on a 1 to 5, like 1 and 2, pretty much there's nothing going on. 5, you're in big trouble. And 3, they don't really use anymore as a rating scale. So 4 is kind of like and the radiologist wanted to do a biopsy right away, and I waited to go see my doctor because I wanted his opinion first. And so he decided that I should go and meet with a specialist and let him decide. So I just feel like, if you see something there in the density that's of concern, I'd obviously like to know. But mostly, I really just think that we can just energetically clear out the density because, whatever's creating those microcalcifications, whatever the energy or emotion or whatever is underneath that can all be cleared energetically. So,
okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, good for you for being open to changing what's going on and be proactive about it and not get into the fear part of it. Yeah. So
well, that doesn't help anything. Fear doesn't help anything, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So to the left side, it's the right. It's the left breast. It's the right half of the left breast, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're going to tune into that and just ask what repressed, unexpressed, unresolved issues this may be. And going back in time, so it shows me something that started like 6 years ago, and whatever that is, we're going to just release the emotional charge, the emotional density around that issue, and anything else this may represent in your life that's been an issue for you. We're going to release and transform that with total ease. And it's good to work on just releasing for so many of us women who are taught to put other people first, so that self-sacrifice thing, wherever you have overly self-sacrificed, we're going to release that energy. And anyone else on this call who kind of resonates with that, we can do that for you too, to release any of that overly self-sacrificing energy. And when we feel we need to do that in order to be loved oh my God, is that like the dark side of being a healer? And so all of you who are healers on the call, and myself included, right? What we feel like worth has to do with giving enough, always giving. So however that shows up in your life, whatever form that shows up in your life, we're going to release that energy so that you know your innate self-worth outside of doing for others. And I hear a squeaky door. So if we're going to use everything that's showing up in a session, what are you going to close the door on that would allow you to really be more present with you? So all the things you need to close the back door on, we're going to just release to the light now.
It's actually the chair squeaking, sorry.
Oh, and I am hearing the door. Okay.
It sounds about the same.
Yeah. But I wonder, though, if there are things you need to close the back door on, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you see that in a relationship that you need to just close? Or?
Well, tell me what you mean by closing the back door. I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Like completely cutting off the relationship, or I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, like the back door is sort of like a metaphor for ways that we keep ourselves from being present to what we really need to see and feel and be with. So when you close that back door, you can be so present with you, with your own heart, with what needs your awareness now. And I feel like you have it, and I just feel, just by bringing up that question, I feel such a shift and a change in those calcifications right now. So we'll stay present with what is asking to be transformed, and we'll stay present with what your body needs for you to feel nurtured and loved, just for who you are, and just for you to know that who you are is valuable, precious, infinitely precious, just the way you are, and there's nothing you need to do to receive love. You can receive it just the way you are. And there we go. Yeah. Then I just feel like something actually just released itself from the back of your heart.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that really actually completes the healing. Are you feeling that that's complete for you now, Pamela?
I can't really tell, but I certainly felt some things shift. So I really appreciate that.
Perfect,
yeah. And, I think that, I definitely felt some things shift. It felt a little more space.
Perfect.
And I think that definitely the, not giving too much, not the caretaking, all of that's very, very, very true. Very true.
Yeah, cut it out, huh?
Some of it is, necessary, but very true. And I really find it interesting that you picked up on like a 6 year ago point, because I'm pretty sure, like it would be probably a little bit less than 6 years, but right around that point in time, you know, I'm pretty sure that I could identify, and it's not something to go into on the call, but I could pretty much identify what that would have been, and that whole situation would have been, and some of the subsequent things. And so there was quite a bit of trauma that occurred at that point.
Yeah, that's it. You mentioned
you know,
that.
largely emotional trauma. Yeah, largely emotional trauma. So I'm absolutely certain that that would have been the trigger. So if we have cleared that, you know, and the related traumas that occurred from that, then I think that we're good. If that's where this is stemming from.
Great. I'm so glad that intuitively you know what resonates with you, and that's the important thing, that it resonated with you intuitively, and that you're able to identify that trauma from 6 years ago, and that it's largely emotional. That's usually what's hiding behind our breath, very emotional issues. Good. I'm so glad you have that awareness to identify that. So I think that it shifts the energy of it.
So are you seeing it pretty clear at this point? Are you seeing the calcifications pretty clear, the density pretty clear?
I'm actually not seeing so much of that anymore.
Okay, awesome. That's perfect. Thank you so very much, Jade. I so appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
I'd like to know if I've done everything I can do, in preparation for this appointment tomorrow, and that we just trust you. So
yes,
yeah.
I mean, I'm just trusting. I just find it amazing that we called on you, Pamela, and so that's beautiful. I'm so glad that you felt the shift.
Thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking my call. And Jade, thank you for all your work. I really appreciate it.
Thank
you.
you.
You're so welcome. Thank you for being here, for your vulnerability and courage. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And you go tomorrow as an empowered being of light. Yes.
Absolutely. First thing in the morning. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, sunshine. Woo! All right, good. Awesome, Pamela. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, this has been a fascinating call, and Jade, I thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we can't get to all the callers, but this is why you are doing your Facebook group. It's a private group. It's a 21-day program. There's questions coming in if people need to actually be on Facebook. Will they participate? No, you don't have to be on Facebook. That's where it's happening live with Jade. You will certainly get the recordings if you prefer to do it that way too. So that answers that question, I hope. Unless, Jade, you wanted to say something more about that. But really, the 21 days with you is just an overall overhaul, an energy session marathon that covers the whole body and the brain. So we invite listeners to check that out.
I'm just really excited to work with all of you soon. And like I say, I never know what shows up. So the thing is, I have the intention for those different sessions, right? And when people actually show up, then I can be more specific with each and every one of you, with each call too, because so I'm excited to see what shows up. And I just find that all the callers who are tuning in today, and I know that there will be a lot more people listening to the replay, I just feel like this group of people, you guys are so evolved, and which is so wonderful. That means that when we start the energy healing, everything is going to go fast. We will be able to cover vast amounts of stuff in a short time because you guys are so high vibe. Yay!
Yes. Oh, goodness. We can feel everyone and we can feel this experience, and we're still floating in those high vibes. Jade, thank you so much for this experience today. And everyone, thank you for this group experience. It certainly was amplified. So Jade, as we say goodbye, I just want to thank you, and just allow you a moment to wrap up our circle.
Yeah, so sending you all loving energy. So I think we began by putting you all in resonance with that energy field of the energy space and consciousness of miracles. And this energy is still very vibrant around a lot of you. So I invite you to spend the next 10 to 15 minutes just tuning into your heart to see what you really like this energy of miracles to do in your life. And I send you all blessings for joyous life, for health and vitality, and so much more. Yeah, because you guys are so high vibe that you keep that energy feel very alive and vibrant.
The powerful light beings that we are. Okay, well, we're all laughing with you, Jade, and we thank you for putting that smile on our face. Thank you, Jade, for this quantum conversation.
Thank you for having me.